kutupa ukweli ni kubaya. Baka kukiwa kuzuri unashindwa nini mbaya. Machozi ya perpetrator ineza dilute damu ya victim ilimwagika. After all is said and done, all will be said, nothing will be done. You're not my tribe, but you're my blood type. Like it doesn't have to take tragedy to know that. Sheria.
And a very, very, very good afternoon to you. This is Sheria Dive on Pawa Radio, and we are here to kick it off as we just do a deep dive into the law. I'm your host, James WaNjeri. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get some good music. Remember, on this show, we just like to do a little throwback for the millennials, right? So today, we're going to be listening to our throwback hits. You know, throwback Kenyan hits, like this one that's coming right now. Listen to this.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Let me see your hands up, baby. Any remix, sawa. Should we say, let me see your hands up, baby. Any remix, sawa. Okay. Now I said to me, talk, give the ride. Don't go parents and in a dry high. Took it fry, walk them sis, come a guy, walk a rock. Meshika sema mama. Now I said to me talk get the ride. Metambuku parents and in a dry high. Took it fry walk and sis kama yai kwa kara. Meshika sema mama. Come together, we can do this together. Take your time, we're staying here forever. Wanna Mr. Lenny, Mr. Googs, Baby Banton. Maybe now my best kula chini get the right. Come together, we can do this together. Take your time, we're staying here forever. Wanna Mr. Lenny, Mr. Googs, Baby Banton. Maybe now my best kula chini get the right. Now I said to me talk get the right. Some kuku parents and in a dry high. Took it fry walk them sis kama yai kwa kara. Meshika sema mama. Now I said to me talk get the right. Some kuku parents and in a dry high. Took it fry walk them sis kama yai kwa kara. Meshika sema mama. The girls them no happy, so happy. The man them no happy, to happy. Come out if you're deadly, so deadly. So let me love. The girls them no happy, so happy. The man them no happy, to happy. Come out if you're deadly, so deadly. So let me love. I see something going wrong in our hall. People take some things to it's a pressure ball, and a lost love gone forever gone. Are we living is privacy high, nothing at all. Lower dignity, suffering respect our shows. Lord, I look at man, I'm me out free. The best with my show, this I feel so sad. Well then, you see, okay. Come together, we can do this together. Take your time, we're staying here forever. Wanna Mr. Lenny, Mr. Googs, Baby Banton. Maybe now my best kula chini get the right. Come together, we can do this together. Take your time, we're staying here forever. Wanna Mr. Lenny, Mr. Googs, Baby Banton. Maybe now my best kula chini get the right. Hey yo, who's got the biggest appetite for Kenyan ladies? When they move her tongue, walk each other wearing tighties. When they move her short, silky skirts with no high heels. Ni Mr. Googs and up, never mind this. Stupid vacuum sister still asking, did you write this? What you thinking, boys? Cooks about this? That's a lie. I'm a simple crazy guy, talk a cool get the ride. And if I had that dope, think I can me buy fries. I'll see you, Mr. Sly.
Yeah, you're not lying.
For real, hapa Kenya say story wanga hivi. Shika my Caribbean sis jenga CV. Believe me, it's just hard to be on TV. Another radio stations don't wanna play my CD. Excuse me, Mr. John, you really don't have to pay me. Just air my song and let it hit me. Now I say to my the flat honeys wako busy on the floor.
Should we say, oh, let me see your hands up, baby. Ini remix sawa, mama sawa. Should we say, oh, let me see your hands up, baby. Ini remix sawa.
Now I say tumetoka githurai. Now I say tumetoka githurai.
Kukupa run zingine dry high.
Tukifry wak MCs kama yai kwa karai.
Zimeshika sema ma.
Now I say tumetoka githurai.
Kukupa run zingine dry high.
Tukifry wak MCs kama yai kwa karai.
Zimeshika sema ma.
Now I say tumetoka githurai.
Kukupa run zingine dry high.
Tukifry wak MCs kama yai kwa karai.
Zimeshika sema ma.
Now I say tumetoka githurai.
Kukupa run zingine dry high.
Tukifry wak MCs kama yai kwa karai.
Zimeshika sema ma.
Yes, that is Wasei Tumetoka Githurai. Vinny Banton, Mr. Lenny, and Mr. Googs. Yes. You know, guys, where are these people? Please, if you know where these people are, especially Vinny Banton, like, I feel like after that song, your story ilisha hivyo. But yes, today, this show, we are all on that old school music. You can consider it old school if you're a millennial. These are the songs when you were a kid. I remember I was probably in primary school when this song was coming out. So, yes, this is Sheria Dive. Let's get some more music and then when we come back. Today, we're talking about presidential term limits. What exactly is a presidential term limit? And what is happening in Kenya? There are some suggestions to actually increase the term of the president from 5 to 7 years. And there are other suggestions to make sure that there is no limit, which means you can be a president for life. What is this? What does the Constitution say? And does this remind us of something that happened in Kenya's past? That's what we're going to be talking about today. But for now, this is radio. So let's get the music.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Wewe watoto wanane sasa waniacha, umesema umechoka na mimi masikini, sasa wanitupa niende wapi na nifanye nini? Watoto wanalia huko nyumbani, lakini hizo mambo ni za duniani. Weweka raha mbele, wewe unioni njoki. Mbona umeniacha? Umeniachia watoto mpaka wanalia huko nyumbani, njoki. Usinitupe eti mimi sina mali, tafadhali. Hawa mapenzi wako na pesa lafu hawana mapenzi, hiyo ni kweli. Kamilio ndio mpenzi. Usinitupe eti mimi sina mali, tafadhali. Hawa mabima wako na pesa lafu hawana mapenzi. Mbona umeniacha? Umeniachia watoto mpaka wanalia huko nyumbani. Wanalia, angalia kamilioni minalia, mama mia. Sina mengi kwa duniani, mingi hata wanaume wanalia kweli kweli. Kila siku pesa natafuta, umununu ila una mafuta. Kumbe siku moja atabadilika. Mbona unabadilika, umenitupa mama mia. Ogopa DJ. sijukusidea lugaluki. Mbona umeniacha, umeniachia watoto mpaka wanalia huko nyumbani Njoki. Mbona umenitupa kwa marafiki yako ndiyo kama ya chupa Njoki. Mbona umeniacha, umeniachia watoto mpaka wanalia huko nyumbani Njoki. Mbona umenitupa kwa marafiki yako ndiyo kama ya chupa Njoki.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Naamka kumekucha, napita mama ngina nasikia chukua, baada ya muda naona demu wakishua expensive friend looking utadhani ametua. Acha nikwambie, dem alikuwa amevaa a black stretcher, blue silky top and a pair of black sketchers, an African queen, a rare kind of species none of you has ever seen. Ako masava, jina ni Mustafa, no need for you to worry, we can keep it undercover. For real never mind about your current lover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa.
Savez-vous parler français? Mikasa sukasa mbona unakaza mara ya kwanza
Nikupeleke Casablanca,
Mombasa rosta salsa come to Makasa.
sasa ni mavolcha.
Ngoja jua hautasafa, siwezi kukuchapa na tena nimeapa.
Ni wewe ndo nataka,
Wengine misitaki.
ni magonjwa ni mengi, so wacha nikupe raha, mtoto wa Kikenya. Mimi nishasema, wacha nikupe raha, mtoto wa Kikenya. Nishasema. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Clap. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, clap.
Yo baby boo, show kile kitu nitadu. Na kona penda nasty basi sema baby boo, show kile kitu nitadu. Na kona penda nasty basi sema show kile kitu nitadu. Na kona penda nasty basi sema baby boo, show kile kitu nitadu. Na kona penda nasty basi sema Savez-vous parler français? Mikasa sukasa mbona unakaza mara ya kwanza
Nikupeleke Casablanca,
Mombasa rosta salsa come to Makasa.
ako masava, jina ni Mustafa. No need for you to worry, we can keep it undercover. For real never mind about your current lover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Karibu pita ndani alafu ndo utadiscover. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa. Cheki Mona Lisa navyotingisha, mimi nimebaki nimejazika. Wasee kila siku wanauliza, na wazani nilifanya mpaka kajipa.
We are having an argument in studio whether it's Duke's Vultures or Dew Vultures. This is Google. Google says it's Dew Vultures. Apparently, Dew is a French word for two. So the two vultures, that's Mustafa and... You see, you didn't know this, did you? You guys just think that names in a pair too randomly. Dew Vultures. There with Mona Lisa, taking you back down memory lane. This is a Sheria Dive with me, James WaNjeri, and today we're talking about presidential term limits. Now, Senator Cherargei of the Kenya Kwanza Party, which is, I think, UDA, part of the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, has indicated his intention to extend the presidential term from 5 years to 7 years. And his argument has been that 5 years is too short for someone to do anything. All right. But before that, there's another member of parliament called Yakub, who also made a statement that he was going to bring a bill to parliament to remove the presidential term limit. That's what we're talking about today. And I'd like to just get your thoughts on this. Do you think that removing the presidential term limit is a good thing for Kenya and a good thing for our democracy or not? We're going to be just taking your views. Remember, you can just give us your feedback and your answers on @Pawa Radio on the socials. We're going to be looking out for all your answers. So the question is removing term limits good for Kenya's democracy and for Kenya as a country? Now, a bit of history. When Kenya got independence in 1963, the constitution that came in did not have a term limit, okay? Which means that you could be president for life, which is why the first Kenyan president, Jomo Kenyatta, died in office in the year 1970. Flozy, 1970? Yeah. That's the first question maybe I need to ask. When did Kenyatta die? I think hata tunaanza kuongea stories za constitution na watu wajui Kenyatta alikufa lini. Which year did Jomo Kenyatta die? That's the first question. But remember, Jomo Kenyatta died in office. There was no presidential term limit. And after him came Toroitich Arap Moi. Daniel Moi stayed in power for 24 years, leaving in 2002 when the NARC wave rode over Kenya, and we have Mwai Kibaki coming into the presidency. Served a two consecutive term of 5 years, 10 years. And then after that, Uhuru Kenyatta came in and served 2 terms as well of 5 years each. And now, of course, we have William Ruto. So first question, even as we look back at history, which year did Jomo Kenyatta die? But as we think of that, let's get some music. Remember, today we're going down memory lane, listening to the songs that we grew up with. You remember the songs that your parents tell you, usijaribu kuimba hizo vitu. And now listening to some of these songs, I'm like, wow, there was a point. We don't actually know the things we're singing when we're kids. Yep. So, which year did Jomo Kenyatta die? I think we should probably have a prize for someone who gets it right. Give us your answer on the socials @Pawa Radio. And remember, you can also share this link. If you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to us on the site, please just share that link so that we can have this discussion about matters law and matters constitution. And these are things that make a difference in our lives because we live in this country. So let's get some more music, and then we come back. We talk about 1992. What was so profound about 1992 when you talk about presidential term limits?
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Mara kwanza pokucheki, ukisheki, akia Mungu nilinoki, nikakupa the approach of hi baby, you're so beauty, I wanna talk to you. Ulinipa macho ya mapenzi, roho yangu ukaishika kishenzi, navyoongea nimeishi nawe miezi, lakini sister vipi, mbona unipi? Sister vipi, mbona sishiki? Nikushike kidogo, nikushike kidogo, nataka kukushika mono, mbona wanikazia ono, nataka kupa sweet love, mbona wanikazia nataka kukushika mono, mbona wanikazia ono, nataka kupa sweet love, mbona wanikazia nimevumilia sasa nimechoka, leo nimeamua kukuomba, naomba tu kidogo tu, naomba tu kidogo tu, nipate ile feeling kama nina mchumba, nipate ile feeling kama napendwa, nipate ile feeling kama nina mchumba, nipate ile feeling kama napendwa, naomba tu kidogo tu, naomba tu kidogo tu, nishike moyo
Well, believe it or not, one of these people is now a pastor. Pastor Lovi. That is Shikamo by them boys, the brothers. Of course, Christian, R.I.P., rest in peace. But the Longombas, walikuwa moto ya kote mbali. I think they were the bougie Congolais, you know? Like we were used to Akina Papaemba, but these guys they came onto the scene, they were hip and all that. And now one of them is a pastor, and my God, these are your childhood heroes. Let's get some more music. Who's next? And then when we come back, we're talking about presidential term limits. Do you agree with the suggestion by Senator Cherargei to extend the president's term from 5 to 7 years, and by MP Yakub to actually remove the 2-term limit that has been imposed by the Constitution, so that a president can be a president until people decide they've had enough of him? Then we're also going to be looking at some of the world's longest serving presidents as we talk about term limits. Let's get some more music. Remember, it's throwback. So if you hear a song you last heard when you were a child, why don't you just send out a message on the socials at Pawa Radio, and you just want to know, when do you recall listening to some of these songs for the last time?
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Historians. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me? Unapale, mamanzi ulala. Basi kwenye list mi najua na Remy 2118 EOZ, Benny Blaze, Mavoe, Dalabi, Baka Pico, Sopo Live kutoka NBA West South CLA to the Babylon side, yo. Swale bro harakisha na hiyo club leo kweli tutapata kinyama, mwenye kubaki home akilala shauri yake Escaloga. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me? Unapale, mamanzi ulala. Niko wapi? Lapsikiliza. Nachokituma figa, mademi wengi natamani kuwashika. Vipi sister, mbona kujiringa? Flow wiko empty, hebu anza kumwagika. Pale kwa pool kuna washkaji. Sasa boss, pewa kinywaji. Mr. DJ, weka hewa ni made, mtacheza wacha mchezo, mtacheza ni made, mtacheza sasa twende. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me? Unapale, mamanzi ulala. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me? Unapale, mamanzi ulala. This your man French boy coming through, and this what gonna do right now. Sema Esca, no God. Esca, no God. Sema Esca, no God. Esca, no God. Sema hey DJ, weka ngoma. Hey DJ, weka ngoma. Sema hey DJ, weka ngoma. Hey DJ, weka ngoma. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me? Unapale, mamanzi ulala. Hey DJ, weka ngoma, Jamaica, ukatika paka chemba, na you are saying, who's it like me?
That's the historians, and the question is, where are the historians? I was only end up manze. Like, I feel like, we just grew up and your story kesha hivo. Where are the historians? Do you know where some of these people are? Today we are on that old school vibe, and remember we're talking about presidential term limits. I asked a question: which year did Jomo Kenyatta die? Someone here in studio does not know which year Jomo Kenyatta died. Huyu ni mtu ameenda shule, amesoma. A voter. This is a whole voter. Someone we are entrusting with the future of Kenya. They don't know when Kenyatta died. Now, Jomo Kenyatta died on the 22nd of August, 1978. And this was part of the reason we usually have this thing in Kenya where every August, kuna mse anasafirishwa. Yeah? So every August, we just usually like, let's see what's going to happen this August. So when Jomo Kenyatta died in 1978, of course, Moi becomes president. And in 1982, there is a coup, an attempted coup by the Kenya Air Force. All right. That coup was quickly shut down by the Kenya Army. And after that, of course, Moi calls a snap election and he's re-elected. And the country now gets on a path where freedom of speech became very rare, and the government began to send people to arrest anyone who was speaking about matters of governance, criticizing the government. Even publication of certain material was considered seditious, right? You couldn't read anything on communism. If you are caught with material by Karl Marx, unashikwa unawekwa ndani. And so we saw a lot of freedoms being curtailed by government. And this led to what we call the constitution-making fervor, right? People began to demand for a new constitution. It is also this time where individuals like former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga were arrested and detained by Moi. A lot of people were actually taken to Nyayo House where they were tortured, right? So, due to sustained pressure, in 1992, something significant happens because you have to remember that Kenya's previous constitution could easily be amended through parliament, right? And part of the challenge had been that government, since 1963, had engaged in a system of going to parliament and just making changes easily. You go to parliament, you pass a bill, the constitution has changed. You change terms of the constitution. So, for instance, you'll remember that the original Kenyan constitution actually wanted Kenya to be split into the counties as we have them now, right? It was not a centralized system of government. It was a system where resources could be, distributed throughout the country. And then it was also a parliamentary system, which meant that the prime minister was actually voted by MPs in parliament. All these things were removed. So, in 1992, an act of parliament was passed. Now, this was called the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Act 1992, Act number 6 of 1992. It was assented on 20th of August 1992. Wale walikata kusoma GHC. I mean, if you listen to this show, surely when you to a GHC, see social studies, But yes, you remember, assent is when the president signs a bill into law and then it automatically now becomes the law. Now, that bill introduced a new section in our constitution. This is what it says. Under Section 5 of this amendment bill, the constitution is amended by repealing Section 9 and inserting the following new section. 9.1. The president shall hold office for a term of 5 years beginning from the date on which he is sworn in as president. 2. No person shall be elected to hold office as president for more than 2 terms. This was the first time in Kenya in 1992 where presidential term limits now became a real thing. Before that, it had never happened. All right? And the law was also set that a president can only be in power for a period of 5 years and then a new election has to be held. Of course, in 1992, Moi vies once again because while he had been in power for all this time, laws rarely apply retrospectively, all right? Sheria irudi nyuma, except in very rare circumstances, maybe on matters to do with human rights. So Moi vies. He wins 1992. 1997, I remember joining some of my older friends tukienda campaign ya Raila manze 1997. 1997 you had Moi vying for president, you had Raila Odinga on NDP, you had Charity Kaluki Ngilu as well vying for president, and Moi Kibaki was also vying for president. Moi, of course, wins in 1997, and the next election is 2002. Which means now that we passed the law in 1992, Moi cannot vie again. Now, there's usually this thing at, Moi handed over power. No, it was the law. That was the law. The law actually stopped him from vying again for the presidency. So 1992 was the first time in Kenya where a presidential term limit was being recognized. And today, we're talking about the recent changes that seem to be coming from Parliament. We have the Nandi Senator Cherargei, who is indicating that he feels a 5-year term is too short for a president. A president needs 7 years, all right? Secondly, we have another member of Parliament who says, why should a president only serve for 2 terms? Let's remove that term limit and they can serve for as long as they want. And the only way a president is removed from office is through an election if they fall at the ballot. Now, these things we can't ignore. These are conversations we cannot ignore because remember, these things start as mere whispers, then conversations, and before you know it, someone is trying to do a BBI. So the question is it proper? Is it good for Kenya's democracy to, 1, extend the term of the president from 5 to 7 years, and 2, to remove the limit of 2 terms so that a president can serve for as long as they want? When we come back, we're going to be looking at some of the countries like Germany, where you can actually serve at that high level, on many years. We're going to be looking at countries like the United States, where it's also capped at 2 terms. And then we'll look at the list of the world's longest serving presidents. Number 5 will shock you. Let's get some music.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
I dream of a sky where the lights never die down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground. I want the answers to the questions of the reactions, whether it makes sense or the path is fatal attraction. Is it the whiteness of the cloud or the steam in my mirror? Is it the broken of a glass? Could it be more clearer? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. Through the rain and the hail and the fire, through whatever they bring, till I get my desire. Is it the whisper of an angel or the pounding of my heartbeat? Is it the playing of a record where the drumming in the bass meet? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong.
Walinidharau lakini usikise mtu wangu, kuna venye nimekafunga ka Ramadhan, weze ni sahau junikingia kwa booth mule boy ukikizwa masnia design ya Chucky Chan, sotam nikate mguu, amwezi ni defeat, finya backspace kwa comp wezi ni delete, kuja na pinya still amwezi kuni beat, na hizo wealth zote mkonazo amwezi kuni reach. Wanadai mini mskini, I need to gain some weight. Mini maskini my pocket needs to gain weight, cause raha wanabonda, after raha wanahara wanakonda, kangonda. Mini hustling daily, kukula smart make sure nimenona kuliko anaconda. Sikizi wakiniona ni sura wanakwaga wamebonda, hizo mipaka tunazivuka bila bada.
'Cause I feel so alive. if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so beat me down, I'll stay strong.
Don't let discouragement get in life. Wala wanakuambiaga uwezi toboa, wala kuchekelea. That time that we prove them wrong. Saizi kwambia otherwise. The future's here. With the best leader. That's the ego one. If you're still hating on us, you're on cause we need that. It's not banana, baby.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Who was going through it, man, in the 90s and in the early 2000s, because you are a liar, honitishi, as in bro. But she ended up marrying that guy, so I guess it worked out in the end, you know. That's Sitishiki by Wahoo. And today we're talking about presidential term limits. Now, In terms of our legal basis, poleni hapa mitambo, fundi wa mitambo bwana. Article 142 of the Constitution of Kenya says that the president shall hold office for a term beginning on the date on which the president was sworn in and ending when the person next elected president in accordance with Article 136 2A is sworn in. A person shall not hold office as president for more than 2 terms. That is what the Constitution of Kenya says at Article 142. So, under Kenya's Constitution, you can only be president for a period not exceeding 10 years. That's 5 years, 5 years. Sawa. That's the law in Kenya. And the discussion we're having today is Nandi Senator Cherargei has stated that a 5-year term is too short for a president. And so the suggestion is to try and increase that to 7 years. But then also there is a member of parliament who has said, why do we need a term limit? Let's just remove the thing. You can be president for life. Now, these are still discussions. There's nothing that has happened in parliament. We don't yet have laws that have been presented to try and amend the constitution. Remember as well that amending Kenya's constitution is not a very easy thing, as we'll recall from the BBI. Okay? So the question we're asking is, do you agree with those views that 1, we should increase the term of the president from 5 to 7 years, and 2, that we should remove the maximum term of 2 5-year terms, all right? So that you can be president for life or until the voters decide they're done with you and they're ready to vote you out. That is the question you're asking. Remember, you can reach out to us, on the socials at Pawa Radio. But I want to read for you who are some of the longest serving heads of state, all right, as of today. Now, this is an article that was posted in July 2023, okay? Some of the longest serving presidents. In Equatorial Guinea, we have a president who has been in power for 44 years. That means that someone was born and they're 44 years old and they've never known another president. Just reminds me of those days of Baba Moi. Baba Moi. You'd wake up in the morning and the news starts with Moi. At lunchtime, Moi is firing some guy. In the evening, Moi was where? Yani Baba Moi. Equatorial Guinea's Obiang has been in power for 44 years. He's 81 years old. And he came to power in a coup in the West African state of Equatorial Guinea in the year 1979. Then, closely following him is Cameroon's Paul Biya. Paul Biya is 90 years old, and he has ruled his country for 41 years with an iron fist since November 1982. When Kenya is getting a coup attempt, right? That year for the coup attempt, Paul Biya became president in Cameroon, and I don't think the people of Cameroon knew that this guy was going to be around for 41 years. And he is still there, amekalia yo kiti kabisa. Then, following next after that is Congo Brazzaville's Sassou Nguesso, who's been in power for 39 years. He's 80 years old. He has spent 39 years at the helm of the country in Central Africa. He was president from 1979 to 1992, then returned in 1997 after a civil war and has remained in power ever since. Of course, coming in close is M7. Uganda's Museveni has been in power for 37 years. He's 79 years old, and he has led the country for 37 years. In 2021, he was re-elected to a 6th term. Now, one of the interesting things is when Museveni was in the bush and they were trying to deal with the Obotes, Museveni said, this idea of Africans staying in power for long, it is not necessary. 37 years later, here we are. When we come back, we're going to be looking at the rest of the group who makes up this team of the longest serving presidents in the world. But let's get some music. Today we are on that old school vibe. So remember, if you hear a song and you haven't heard it in a long, long time, I think hata naimbo tutacheza ngoma za Poxy Pressure manze. God help us all.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Well, big up yourself in a dancing party. This one is
She's on the regal, I'm saying. Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Lord of mercy. They look so nice. They look nice on and on. Again. When they walk, it feels so good. And we love all them girls in the world. And when they smile, is in the mood. She's on the purity. Cause they are the ladies who really work. One more time. Cause they are the ladies who really work. She's a little girl when a baby jump around town. Cause I really tell them a baby give a love. And a baby come around town and give me little love. Regional King Kong gonna run things. All of them are pretty girls, give me some love. Cause I really tell them baby jump around town. And this a reggae time and a baby come again. Give me little love and baby jump around. Cause I really tell them a baby come around town. Original King Kong give me some love. What them call me, what is my name? K-I-N-G, original king. When I K-O-N-G, original Kong. All of them are girls when I'm making the feel. And at this a reggae time when I baby shake your bums. Cause I really tell them baby come again. Again. Them love him, them love him, them love him. Selassie. Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. And them girls. Them love him, them love him, them love him. Them cool. Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Them a booty in the one. They look so nice. They look nice on and long. A little bit dance. When they walk, it feels so good. Reggae time. And when they smile, it's in the mood. I am always in the mood. Cause they are the ladies who really work. The ladies' choice. Oh yes. Cause they are the ladies who really work. Them a booty on the one. Chana girls come around, Chana give me some love. Regional King Kong gonna run things. Cause I really tell them a baby give me love. When a one time, when a two time, when a three time. No more, no two, no three, no one, no biggie, let me say. When a girl come around, when I give me some love. Cause I really don't tryna baby give me love. Cause I really tell them mama come again. It's a dancing time, not dancing party. Cause I really show them a baby give me party. This a reggae time, man, a baby shake your bumps. Cause I really tell them original king gonna run to the one. Cause I really tell them baby give me love. This original gonna make them feel. Reggae time coming, making the fire. Girl, sing along. Them love him, them love him, them love him. Kenyan girls, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Ugandan girls, them love him, them love him, them love him. Tanzanian girls, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Seri them love him, them love him, them love him. Pupa Belton, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Mighty King Kong, them love him, them love him, them love him. And them got sugar, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. She's only be wine, them love him, them love him, them love him. I'ma give them love, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him. Woman, them love him, them love him, them love him. For real, them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Washington. ninaruka kamchizi, mikrofoni mkononi, natafuta salari, salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Ninatafuta salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Situtafute salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Beste mujikaze na hizo shati zenu msikunje, kule 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 mama mashambani, mashambani, na hizo leso zenu msifunge, kule 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 roho juu na ipande, na wanaokatia washuke. Bodaboda mujikaze, kibarua mujikaze, wakulima mujikaze, mujikaze, wamatri mujikaze, wasanii mujikaze, tutafuteni salari, mwishowe tutapati salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Ninatafuta salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Situtafute salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Cheza, cheza, cheza. Hata kama sivai tai, madharau haifai, nina hustle till I die, sema tena till I die. Hata kama sivai tai, madharau haifai, nina hustle till I die, sema tena till I die. Hata kama sivai tai, madharau haifai, nina hustle till I die. Salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Ninatafuta salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Situtafute salari, oh. Salari, oh, oh. Salari sivaitai, madharau haifai, ninatafuta salari, oh. Sema tena till I die.
Salary by Nameless and Solo. That's Nameless with Salary. And before that was Mighty King Kong. Remember Mighty King Kong? Rest in peace, legend. Remember, we're talking about presidential term limits. I see the YouTube comments up. Josh is saying we need those term limits, especially huku kwetu. And wow. Would him to history. All right. Flo is saying she's enjoying the throwback hits. Tuko pamoja kabisa. Now, I'm taking you through a list of some of the longest serving presidents in the world. And these are countries that do not have term limits. There is a country called Tajikistan. Tajikistan. You know, like those what Jesus' child called Taji? That's ongeza Kistan. There you go. So, President Emomali Rahmon, a 71-year-old former collective farm boss who came to power shortly after the collapse of the Soviet Union, has had a grip on his poor mountainous country for 31 years. Of course, you come back to Africa because Eritrea's Afwerki, former rebel leader Isaias Afwerki, 77, has been president of the reclusive Horn of Africa nation of Eritrea since it won independence from Ethiopia in 1993. Then we go back to Europe, where in Belarus, President Alexander Lukashenko, 69, who's a close ally of Putin, has been in power for 29 years, all right, in Belarus. Then back to Africa, Djibouti. President Ismail Omar Guelleh, 76, has been in power for 24 years. And of course, he's tied on that with Russia's Putin, who's been in power for 24 years. And then running up that list is Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, a former Tutsi rebel leader who put an end to a genocide of Tutsis in 1994 has been president of the small Central African Republic since April 2000, which now brings us to 24 years in 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you listen to us, we're trying to find out, do you think or do you agree, do you support the plans to remove the presidential term limit, to increase it, right, from the current 5 years to 7 years as proposed by Senator Cherargei, or to remove it entirely so that a president can serve for as long as the voters decide they want them to serve? We are waiting to just see your feedback. We'll be just reading that out. But we continue to get some music. Remember, under Kenya's constitution, under Article 142, a president cannot serve for a term of more than 10 years, that being 5 years, 5 years. So 2 terms of 5 years each, cumulatively coming to 10 years. So do you believe that the new, some of the proposed changes to the constitution should actually be made? Or are we better off staying as we are? Remember, lack of a presidential term limit ensured that Jomo Kenyatta stayed in power for 15 years until his death, and President Moi stayed in power for 24 years. And part of the question has always been, if Moi had not been president for that long, what would Kenya have become? You know, how much did we lose by having a president who just sat there for life? The guy was never trying to go out, never trying to leave. So is there a benefit to actually having a president occupy the presidency for an unlimited period of time? That's the discussion we're having today. We look like, hey, time is running, manze. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about this and more. So let's get some more music, and then be sure, wherever you are, leo inakaa jua imewaka. So please, just take care of yourself out there. Doesn't look like it's raining yet, but take care of yourself. Let's go.
Pawa Radio. Pawa
out to wase, wanapenda kupare, wasichana tuhanye. Hare, hare, hare. Yeah, kleptomaniacs. Let's go. Let's go. Shati uchi kwa floor. Uweni hizo timamini na mashati chizi samo. Wacheni niseme story ya hare na mashori, mabale raba Johnny. Ziko kwa wingi na sasa twende nchini, kikleto utaamini na kiri na mungiri, de picto tumewasili. If you wanna scream, hare, fella, tuhanyeni mpaka che. Sing along now. Hare, 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 hare. Tuamke, hare, tukaruke, hare, tuchizike. Hare, 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 tuamke, hare, tukaruke, hare, tuchizike. Hare, hare, hare. Basi wachani endele kupiga makelele, tuko wapi kengele, mamanzi hapo mbele, sura nzuri na nywele, tumeshikwa na nyege, saturuke sengenge, twende tuka segede, ati nini segede, tumeingia kani, mikono hewani, na pesa mfukoni, nyama kwa sahani, okota kahani, peleke gizani, mwambie wa mtamani, vipi hadharani, hey, hey, jamani, tezo kasarani, moto pale ndani, samahani. Uweni hizo timamini na mashati uchi kwa floor. Hare, 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 hare. Uweni hizo timamini na mashati chizi samo. Hare, 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 hare. Wacheni niseme story ya hare na mashori, mabale raba Johnny. Ziko kwa wingi na sasa twende nchini, kiklepto utaamini na kiri na mungiri, de picto tumewasili. Tuamke, hare, tukaruke, hare, baby don't go. So baby don't cry.
Ladies, feel me.
Baby say my name.
Kunguru misaleni.
Can you feel the pain?
I know that you fed up. Sing along.
I will never let you down.
Natini yengoga.
I will never make you cry.
Natini nesoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini nyodoga.
My girl, I will never make you cry.
Natini setoga. Baby fikiria kila siku mina kupara. Najua wanipenda sana mbona unadai. I can see you fly. Niko chini bado nitarai. Figa yako ndio mzuri sana. Adhiambo. Wajua kupepesa hizo sianda. Dear Jesus, I never knew I met an angel. Baby girl wange dongo nega heri. Donyi lepi nyisadendi tomona weri.
I will never let you down.
Natini yengoga.
I will never make you cry.
Natini nesoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini nyodoga.
My girl, I will never make you cry.
Natini setoga. Baby girl you lovely, deadly, sexy girl. Jabe don't touch me, kiss me, so ika. Najua wanipenda sana, mbona kweli waninyima hizo vitu we. Natini dungi ngena manyi gata heriga. Iyengo nagi kwalo na jaber. Njo nami, wange dongo tingo na gondeso na jaber.
I will never let you down.
Natini yengoga.
I will never make you cry.
Natini nesoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini nyodoga.
My girl, I will never make you cry.
Natini
So
setoga.
baby don't go. Never give up.
I know that you fed up.
Won't you say yeah?
Heriga, amaniga, adwariga.
Can you feel the pain?
I know, Mr. Lady, sing along.
Kama wanipenda basi nionyeshe.
Nashinda ni kwa nini kila siku topigana.
Kama unitaki basi niambie.
Nitafanya nini ama dunia ni hame.
Najua wanitaka mbona wajifanya.
Mimi nakupenda anza leo mpaka mwisho.
Wachana mambo zao wanaona wivu.
Show me what your mama gave to ya.
I will never let you down.
Natini yengoga.
I will never make you cry.
Natini nesoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini nyodoga.
My girl, I will never make you cry.
Natini setoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini yengoga.
I will never make you cry.
Natini nesoga.
I will never let you down.
Natini nyodoga.
My girl, I will never make you cry.
Natini setoga.
Baby don't go. So baby don't cry. Baby say my name. Can you feel the pain?
That's Mr. Lenny and King Guru. We've really prakod for that one. That's Mr. Lenny and Kunguru with I will never let you down. Did I let you down? It should be King Guru. I think it just sounds better when it's King Guru. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this show. We're just seeing all your comments. Some Ugandans are unhappy with my accent for Museveni. Unaweza kuja mnipige, by the way. Yeah, just come and fight me. Or you can send in an audio with what Museveni does sound like. I mean, I'm not Ugandan, right? So I guess I'm allowed to make that mistake. So we're talking about presidential term limits. It's important to note that President Ruto has actually said that he is not interested in the removal of a presidential term limit. He says that we should follow the constitution and abide by what the constitution provides. And of course, you expect him to say that, because if he was to say anything to the contrary, then it's just going to be chaotic and it's going to be a source of greater pro. So yes, but why this push to try and amend our constitution and remove that presidential term limit? Now, the argument with most people has been, the way Kenya works is that once we go to the polls in August, right, we can be sure there'll be some form of mandamano. And then we have the Supreme Court coming in, then people are disagreeing. So you almost lose the first year of your presidency having to fight left, right, and center, okay? Then the last year of your presidency, which is year 5, you are now on the campaign trail because you're trying to campaign now to come back. So in essence, a president only properly serves for a period of 3 years. And this has been part of the reason why some in the ruling party have been thinking that we need to actually just get rid of this and make it 7 years, because then it means that you have a solid 5 years to work. But I think that's just giving a wrong solution to a real problem, right? If the issue is that you are not able to govern nicely, then perhaps we need to deal with the question of why is it that governing is an issue, and how do we go about it to ensure that a government that comes into power is able to do what it needs to do. Now, the president, you have to remember, is not only the head of state, right? But he's also the head of government. Now, he's a symbol of national unity. The work of the president is to bring people together. That's why you can't have a president who comes to say, for instance, we'll only serve certain people and not others. The president speaks the language of oneness, the language of all Kenyans, the language of inclusivity, all right? So I think it's an invitation to those in power and to those who are getting some of these responsibilities, political power, to actually play their rightful role and to do what they need to do to ensure that at all times the country is together, and whatever challenges we do deal with, they become challenges that we can easily overcome. I'd like to find out, are you from any of those countries where presidents have been there for long? What does that look like? I know in Cameroon, for instance, we have a serious case of human rights violations. It's whispered that the president of Cameroon does not even live in Cameroon. He lives in Switzerland. Imagine, your president lives in Switzerland. He's 90. The guy's just enjoying his life. So it's chaotic, right? So why term limits? That's what we're going to be talking about when we come back next. Why term limits? Why is it that a term limit had to be introduced? And why is it that some countries have actually adopted the idea of term limits? But for now, we are on that train, that train of yesterday. We're just trying to remember some of those nice songs. Flo is going to look for some of those nice love songs of the 90s. Let me tell you guys, we have a serious problem, by the way. Iko shida serious sana, because now men are not singing love songs anymore. No one is standing in the rain. No one is begging women. I don't know what has happened. And this is a matter that needs to be discussed at a national and an international level. Something has shifted, but I'm sure we can get some nice songs from back in the day, some nice soulful R&B as we come to the last quarter of the show that we have together. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Remember, your voice can be heard. All you have to do is reach out to us on the socials at Pawa Radio. And if you'd like to reach out to me, it's at James WaNjeri on the socials as well. And we are happy that you are on board this train. So let's go. Let's get some music.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Fea na tunataka hewa. Minapendwa na halaiki wananipigia mtani. Hai, tumemea hakuna fea na tunataka hewa. Kama wewe unajipenda, mikono juu kama umemea. Sahau shida kama umesota, leo tupige makelele, kona tu kona.
pare pare, minataka pare pare, minataka pare 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 pare. Mikono, baby, mikono, minataka pare pare.
All I wanna do is party. Me and the party, party. Minataka pare pare, minataka pare pare. All I wanna do is party. Minataka pare pare, minataka pare pare, minataka pare 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 pare. Unajipenda, mikono juu kama umemea. Sahau shida kama umesota. Leo tupige makelele, kona tukiimba.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Ditch. Busy. Necessary noise. Attempt.
Wape vidonge vyao, watasema watachoka, ni sharia
Wape vidonge vyao, watasema watachoka, ni sharia You're the air that I breathe, sitaki wewe uli. Nataka tuwe in sync, tuwe on the same speed. Nakupenda mpenzi na kutamani, na kufikiria kila sana, kila pahali. Nataka tuwe pamoja tujenge mali. Tuwe na vitu poa kama nyumba kwa bahari. Usiwe na kila Tom, Dick na Harry. Kuwa na mi, wananiita Superman, ita Bamzi.
Sometimes hapatikani, and other times namkuta kiflat kwa jirani. Mara nyingine ni njoki, sometimes ni sali. Kila saa nasikia rumors mitaani, ati alikuwa akimkiss sijui nani. Tena kwa bar amempakata mapajani. Najiuliza kweli huyu jamaa ananifaa? Nikimuuliza ana mwingine anakataa. Siku nyingine haji nyumbani siku 3, na akirudi amechange nguo na viatu. Sasa nimebaki na mawazo, sina raha. Ugonjwa huu kusema kweli hauna dawa.
Usimsumbue, achana naye. Mini wake, achana naye.
Nibatana naye bado nje ya Kencom. Zina nikamuuliza hebu niambie where you from. Tabasamu alionipa kanijaza kwenye moyo. Tangu hapo mambo yakawa sawa tu. Mimi na yeye tu, mpango ni milele tu. Mimi na yeye, penzi ni tele. So tafadhali kama wadhani nitakubali, nje kutusumbua misijali, nenda mbali. Ni mimi na yeye, yani milele.
nimemchagua, mimi wake, achana naye.
Where that was a sing off in studio, eh? Kila msee ana compete up or who's gonna sound better. That's a Necessary Noise, Deej and Bam Ziggy. Where's Bam Ziggy, by the way? What happened to Bam Ziggy? Deej, what happened to Deej? We're gonna be getting a Necessary Noise song towards the end, but now let's talk about why did Kenyans feel that it was necessary to ensure that a president has a fixed term limit? Now, the nature of Kenya's politics is that it's very tribal, okay? So what happens is that automatically, or by some form of design, okay, those who are successful in Kenyan elections, especially at the presidential level, will often tend to reward their tribe mates, okay? Now, for instance, when Moi was president, one of the things that happened in the 70s and the 80s is that the police suddenly developed an accent. Okay, the police accent we used to hear like in those ridiculous comedy skits, that was actually a very new thing because Moi decided to flood the civil service with people from his backyard because this was one of the ways of consolidating power. But this meant that if you were coming from an area of this country that was considered hostile to the president, then you did not actually receive or have access to opportunities the way other people would, right? So you'll find, for instance, many from the Nyanza area never got an opportunity to work in government because that area was always considered hostile to the president. So presidential power, when it is exercised over such a long period of time, it creates a great system of inequality. And this is why Kenyans said, we need to maintain the term limits, okay? Beyond that, come, serve, and move. The beauty of life is that we'll be here, Wakenya tutakuwa hapa, hii Kenya tutaiacha. Even us, we're going to leave this country for our children's children. And so the question is, at the end of the day, what type of country are we leaving for our children? Now, if you look at the countries where presidents have been serving for those 40 years, you actually look at the state of development in those countries and you realize the president is a sultan. He's become a sultan, he's become a king in that area. And that's one of the things that Kenyans were very keen to avoid, that the presidency should never be looked at as a birthright, It should not be looked at as a thing that someone must have and that they have a certain right to. But it's actually a responsibility that has been given to people that have been elected. So the people of Kenya actually say, this is a responsibility we'd like to give you with respect to governing over us. And there should be a limit to it. Now, of course, I know these conversations on term limits, we're going to see them more and more, especially as we go towards, if the president manages to get another term, then we're going to see this happening a lot. I remember in Uhuru Kenyatta's second term, Francis Atwoli was always on the record saying that Uhuru is too young to retire, we need to find something. So those things will always happen. It seems like a conversation that's always happening in Kenya about how can we ensure that those in power actually stay in power for longer. And it's never a conversation of how do we ensure that as many people as possible are brought into the fold so that they are provided for and they receive the benefit of state resources and state support. So let's get some music, and then when we come back, we're going to be wrapping up this show. Thank you for keeping us company. Everyone who's been with us, everyone sending their comments and their shout-outs. Tuko pamoja. But for now, let's get some of those nice old school songs I requested for. I see here a request for a Necessary Noise song. So I'm sure Floz is going to cue that for us. But for now, let's just get into that nice old school music. Let's go.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Umetuma wazazi wako waje wanieleze, umetuma wazazi wako waje wanieleze, unitaki tena na mashoga zako waje waniambie, na mashoga zako waje waniambie, ndoa tumeivunja. Siamini kuna time singeishi bila wewe, mapenzi ya kukata na shoka yashamwagika yazoleki yao, basi nenda lote mama, nenda lote mama. Penzi unaenda nilikuenzi kinoma noma, yashamwagika yazoleki yao, nenda lote mama. Ukatuma loya wako ate anisome, ukatuma loya wako ate anisome, kuwa watoto ulonizalia kuwa watoto ulonizalia sitawaona tena. Kanisani kwa chanda na pete yashamwagika yazoleki yao, nenda lote mama, nenda lote mama. Penzi unaenda nilikuenzi kinoma noma, yashamwagika yazoleki yao, nenda lote mama. Ukatuma pasta wako aje anikeme, ukatuma pasta wako aje anikeme mama, na madeni zangu kazitangaza na madeni zangu kazitangaza mitandaoni shemeji zangu ndugu zako tukionana, wambie sisi bado rafiki wasinipite barabarani mama umeenda lote mama, umeenda lote mama. Penzi unaenda baby penzi kinoma noma, yashamwagika yazoleki yao, basi nenda lote mama, nenda lote mama. Penzi unaenda penzi kinoma noma, yashamwagika yazoleki yao, nenda lote mama, mama, nenda lote mama.
And that's Saudi Soul with Nenda Lote. Nenda Lote, mama. That's Saudi Soul. Bring us to 2:46. Let's go. Now we're going to get some necessary noise. Remember, we're winding down this show. And naona kuna tunataka kutuma salamu. So this is probably your time to just do that. But for now, bless my room when I wake up early in the morning.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
usiku wote umelala, mashida ukiwaza, chuki umekutaza, matendo ya wengine kwako nayo ya kukataza kuishi vyema kwa raha. Funga macho, weongea na Mola, umweleze nini kitakutoa kwenye mtego uliokushika. Ni baba yako pia rafiki yako. Yes, when I wake up early in the morning, say a prayer and I'll be okay. No, if you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you better pray, oh, you better pray, and watch all your problems just fly away.
A long time now, get a youth you a suffer, just to get you some lunch and some supper. Things them go bad, always wrong, never proper. Check it mtaani mpaka leo tuna suffer. In me ghetto there is no holiday. Man I lose direction and now them turn gay. Children have no toys and yes we want to play. Don't you worry, just kneel down and pray. Say come not to use, come not to use, come not to use and pray with me.
Bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Say a prayer and I'll be okay. No, if you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you better pray, oh, you better pray, and watch all your problems just fly away.
Never put a scissor upon your natty dreadlocks. Babylon, these are creating so much tension. Oh, get us through all this separation. So much tension, oppression in the nation. Still we go strong with the Jaja dedication. Get all you confused, oh, this drug abusing. Please Jaja help them, their mind them are losing. Now we are kneel, together we are praying.
Get your youth, when a chameleon digging for your deeper roots. When a complication, fire will reach you a suit. With an intervention from the one who give the youth. That's an education. See, no more suffering, no more struggling. I get your youth. See, no more suffering, no more struggling. I get your youth, no suffering. When I wake up early in the morning, say a prayer and I'll be okay. No, if you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you better pray, oh, you better pray, and watch all your problems just fly away. When I wake up early in the morning, say a prayer and I'll be okay. No, if you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you better pray, oh, you better pray, and watch all your problems just fly away. Bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Yeah, I bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Yeah,
That's some necessary noise. We're going to get that necessary noise. We've come to the end of this show. Thank you for keeping us company. Thank you so, so much. Mubarikiwe wherever you are. This is a rainy weekend. The Met says that we should expect a lot of rainfall. And of course, if you're immature, hii ni weather ya watu wawili, okay? If you're mature, hii ni weather ya watu wawili. If you know, you know. So I'm gonna leave you with this wonderful, wonderful song that I'm surprised Flo's in studio does not know this song. So she's gonna be hearing this song for the first time. Imagine that. But yes, this is Chris Edouard and Temi Someday. And this one just goes out to all the lovers who are listening. Kama uko na mtu wako hapo, ambie hii ngoma ni yake. Alright? Asanteni sana. Have a blessed weekend. See you on Monday here at Power Radio between 1 to 2 p.m. as we just continue to talk more law all the time. Asanteni sana. God bless you. Have a lovely weekend.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Ningekuwa taxi driver, ningekupa lifti kila mara. Ningekuwa shamba boy, ningekuchunia sukuma wiki. Ningekuwa telephone operator, bamba 50 ningekusambazia. Ningekuwa dereva city hopper, hata kileleshwa tungetembea. I am a simple man, I dream about loving you, and you in return. And my simple mind is filled with thoughts of you. You will be mine someday. Ningekuwa karani, ningekuandikia barua ya mapenzi. Ningekuwa wakili, ningewashtaki adui wako wote. Ningekuwa mhadimu, ningekuhudumia bila kuchoka. Ningekuwa mwalimu, ningekufunza jinsi kunipenda. I am a simple girl, I dream about loving you, and you in return. And my simple mind is filled with thoughts of you. You will be mine. I am a simple girl, I dream about loving you, and you in return. And my simple mind is filled with thoughts of you. You will be mine someday. Kwa salama na kwa dhiki, wajua nakupenda. Baby, mimi sitishiki na mashaka ya mapenzi. Ningekuwa mpishi, huwezi lala njaa hata siku moja. Ningekuwa mtangazaji, ningetangaza kote kuwa nakupenda. Ningekuwa askari, ningekulinda bila kusinzia. Ningekuwa bibi harusi, ungekuwa bwana harusi. I am a simple man, I dream about loving you, and you in return. And my simple mind is filled with thoughts of you. You will be mine. Someday, 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 Many faces, many races. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
Yo, giddy maji, yeah. And the 6 SA Groove Machine, come on, D-Rex, one. Yo, inego wato ok nege imako wato ok make nene yote tokwalo pesa wa ebengi intame aneko kibithoko uko taya maji tabo shine pile katache kakilo no watch mara dier ka himo 44 tida winjo kaluora olo mi amor ping to the war go chonge pinye lem Yesu Lion of Judah nene maricho maseti moneji to bene wena aher ngata wenga kadita loke Judas ma Iscariot.
Many faces, many faces.
Yeah.
I've come through many places,
yeah.
but I never seen a sky so
giddy maji,
my mind and so
yeah.
free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so
giddy maji. With your pinky to my phone, I go miss a can. Maracora to wena, me a can. Cheno manya sa en mana, niki kala. Anginga, tawenga, nena kakachal. Cheno manya sa en mana, niki kala. Para donje wiya, kaneno gigingiya. Nikata tim nanade, meto donje wiya.
Many faces, many faces. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue. Many faces, many faces.
Yeah.
I've come through many places,
Yeah.
but I never seen a sky so
Giddy maji,
my mind and so
Yeah.
free and so whole, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never seen a sky so
giddy maji, okay. Badala wizi na shika MIC kama 2PSC MC kutoka Kenya jo.
Ayo, nani atasema tia tujafika na siku hizi tunasikika Afrika.
Nawakilisha, natisha, nabisha left right, yani kulia kushoto, staki msoto.
Yani ndiyo maana siku hizi tuna rock out kutoka Cairo yani mpaka Cape Town.
Many faces, many faces.
Yeah.
I've come through many places,
Yeah.
but I never seen a sky so
Giddy maji,
my mind and so
Yeah.
free and so whole, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never seen a sky so
Giddy maji, giddy maji.
Pawa Radio. And Power Up.
I've come through many places,
Yeah.
but I never seen a sky so
Giddy maji,
my mind and so
Yeah.
free and so whole, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never seen a sky so
giddy maji,
Many faces, many races. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and soul so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
Tunapita kama moshi na kabla tuzame mchangani, kuna kushinda na kufeli. Oh, inabidi ujijue tofauti ya mwalimu na mwanafunzi ni ujuzi na ujuaji. Oh, it's unbelievable that we make it this far. Undeniable, we see the promised land from afar, and it's so beautiful. No, they can't touch the fire, and you know it's not in vain. Steady tripping through the pain. Oh, man. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. On the midnight train.
Siku zazidi badilika, mengi yazidi kunipita jama. Oh no, maji yalipozidi unga, hawakudhani tutafika. It's unbelievable that we made it this far. Undeniable to see the promised land from afar. So beautiful, they gon' know who we are. They keep on walking in the rain. Kuna blessings in the pain. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady, ready, ready, ready. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion, Zion. It's on our road to Zion. Nothing will ever deny us. Whatever it takes, keep on rocking. Whatever it takes, keep on moving. To Zion, to Zion, to Zion. Yeah, 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 yeah. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion, to Zion, to Zion. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.